$10,000, not $1 million, not $100,000, $10,000, and something breaks open inside you. You have checked that number 4 times, refreshed the app twice. It is still there. You did not win anything. Nobody gave you anything. You built it, dollar by dollar, month by month. And now your brain is doing something it has never done before. It is thinking differently. Before $10,000, every decision was survival. Rent, food, bills, repeat. No room for anything else. When you live paycheck to paycheck, your brain operates in threat mode. Every dollar leaving feels like danger. That is not weakness. That is biology. A brain under financial stress cannot think long term. Studies show financial stress consumes 13 IQ points. 13. Gone. Just from the worry. You were not making bad decisions because you were bad with money. You were making bad decisions because your brain was in survival. But at $10,000, the threat signal quiets. Not completely, not forever, but enough. Enough to think. You start noticing things you never noticed. The interest rate on your debt, the fee on your bank account. You start asking different questions. Not, how do I survive this month? But, what does this cost me over 10 years? That is the $10,000 shift, not the money itself. The thinking the money unlocks. Your relationship with risk changes. Before, risk felt like threat. Now, risk feels like opportunity. Before $10,000, you avoided investing. Not because you did not want to, because losing felt unsurvivable. At $10,000, losing $500 is still painful, but it is not catastrophic. That difference changes everything. You make your first investment, $500 into an index fund. Your hands are shaking slightly. 3 weeks later, it is worth $523. $23 appeared from nothing. That feeling rewires something permanent. Not $23,000, not $2,300, $23. But your brain now knows money can work. That is worth more than the $23. That is the belief. And belief is what $10,000 actually buys you. Here is what nobody tells you about the first $10,000. It is the hardest $10,000 you will ever save. Not because the numbers are hardest, because the habits do not exist yet. You are building the muscle from zero. Every person who has $100,000 saved passed through $10,000 first. Every single one. No exceptions. Rule 1. $10,000 is not a destination. It is a gear change. The engine was always there. Now it catches. Before this number, you saved to spend, emergency fund, new phone, trip. After this number, you saved to build. The system trained you to spend. Every advertisement, every upgrade cycle, every friend who bought something new. Social pressure is the invisible tax on every dollar you try to save. Nobody talks about this tax. Your friend buys a new car. Something moves in your chest. That feeling costs more than the car payment. Rule 2. The gap between your income and your spending is the only number that actually matters. High income, small gap, poor, low income, large gap, wealthy. That sentence will confuse most people. Let it. You reached $10,000 because you protected the gap, even when it was uncomfortable. There were months you said no, to the dinner, to the trip, to yourself. That no is sitting in your account right now. Those no's were not deprivation. They were decisions. Decisions that now have $10,000 of proof. Now the second shift happens. You stop seeing money as something to manage. You start seeing it as something to deploy. Managing money is defensive. Deploying money is offensive. Wealth is built on offense. Rule 3. Your first $10,000 teaches you more about yourself than any finance book ever will. You learned your actual spending triggers. You learned which sacrifices you can sustain. You learned what you actually value. That self-knowledge is the foundation, not the $10,000, the person who built the $10,000, because that person can build $10,000 again and again and again. The money can go. The builder cannot. This is why lottery winners go broke. They got the money without building the person. The money had nowhere to stay. Now, what do you actually do with $10,000? The sequence matters more than the amount. First, is this actually $10,000? Or is it $10,000 with $6,000 of high interest debt sitting beside it? High interest debt above 10%. Pay it first, always. A guaranteed 22% return beats the market every time. Debt-free. Now the $10,000 splits. $3,000 stays as emergency fund, untouched. $7,000 goes to work. The emergency fund is not boring. The emergency fund is the reason you never have to sell your investments at a loss. Without emergency fund, one car repair forces you to sell investments, usually at the worst possible time. $7,000 into the market. Index funds, S&P 500, set automatic, never touch it. Now, the most important step. You do not stop at $10,000. You treat $10,000 as the new floor. The next target is $25,000. Different milestone, different shift. But you need $10,000 to even see it. At $25,000, another shift happens. The compound interest becomes visible. You can feel the acceleration. But right now, $10,000. $10,000 invested at 25 years old becomes $108,000 by 55, without adding a dollar. Not because you did anything special, because you let time work. Time is the ingredient nobody can buy. $10,000 at 35 becomes $67,000 by 55. $10,000 at 45 becomes $43,000 by 55. Same money, different time, completely different result. This is why today matters more than the amount. $10,000 today beats $50,000 in 10 years. Rule 4. Compound interest is not a financial concept. It is a law of nature. Like gravity. You do not fight gravity. You do not argue with it. You use it. The same with compound interest. Now, the monthly contribution matters. $10,000 saved. $500 a month added. At 10%, that is $1,100,000 in 30 years. That is $180,000 of your money. And $920,000 of compound interest. You contributed 16%. Time contributed 84%. This is what rich families understand that broke families never get taught. The money works harder than the person. You are starting to understand this now. At $10,000. Most people never understand it at $1 million. 6 months from now, you check the account. $10,847. $847 appeared. You did not work for it. You did not trade a single hour for it. That is the first time in your life money worked while you slept. Remember this feeling. It changes you. You call your parent. You try to explain compound interest. They do not quite understand. That is okay, because the proof is not in the explanation. The proof is in 20 years, when you show them the account. Rule 5. Tell nobody about your $10,000. Nobody. Not your friends, not your family, not social media. Not because of safety, because opinions will come, and opinions are expensive. Your cousin will have an investment idea. Your friend will need a loan. Your own brain will suggest a vacation. The $10,000 has one job right now, to become $20,000. Everything else is noise. At $20,000, another shift. At $50,000, another one. Each level changes what you see and what you believe. But none of those levels exist without this one. $10,000 is the gate. You are through it. Think about where you were when you had $200 in that account. Think about how differently you thought. You thought differently about your job, about your relationships, about your future. Money does not just buy things, it buys options. At $200, you stayed in the job that disrespected you because you could not afford not to. At $10,000, you have 3 months of breathing room. That room is dignity. Dignity is not bought with luxury. Dignity is bought with options, and options are bought with savings. Tonight, someone reading their bank balance, $214, $847, $1,200, and feeling like none of it matters. It matters. Every dollar you do not spend today is a dollar working for you tonight. $10,000 is not the finish line. It is the moment you realize you were capable of this the whole time. The brain that built $10,000 can build $100,000. The only question is, will you let it?